All right, we're talking a little bit about midlife crisis. How old are you?
26.
26. All right, I want to introduce you to Paul Matthews. I want to talk a little bit about midlife crises at 20. Because
quarter life crisis.
You came out of university, didn't know what to do.
Had a crisis.
And so you guys wrote a book.
Exactly, yeah. Two friends of mine, both from high school. We kind of went all over the place for university. We came back. We didn't know what to do. We'd both kind of gotten our first jobs. Sit down, have a drink one day, kind of talk about how miserable we all were. And this idea, we said, you know, why not go and ask some other people what they did? So get some, you know, get a little bit of inspiration. And 3 years later, we finally published a book.
The book is called Kickstart: How Successful Canadians Got Their Start. And so once you've written this book, you went on to work in film as a, you know, just sort of doing some of the behind-the-scenes work, and also you teach grade 10 history.
True.
What are you going to do for a midlife crisis?
Well, I don't know. I've got nothing left.
I know.
I don't know. I like the idea of park ranger. That sounded good.
That's good.
Yeah, I like that.
I would like that. So this book is sort of an inspiration to Canadians, because we don't hear a lot about Canadian success stories. We hear the obvious. We hear, you know, William Shatner, Lorne Greene, and you know.
Usually you have to go south in order to get that.
Successful.
Otherwise, you know, people talk about politicians.
But let's talk about someone in your book, Angus Reid, who we know the name, we don't know him.
Well, exactly. This guy, this is a guy who actually failed his grade 12 English class, had to do an extra year of high school, was stocking shelves in Safeway. Started thinking about, you know, why are some people, you know, at the high end of the financial spectrum and some people at the low end. Got into sociology, did academic sociology, what he claims is like some of the most boring stuff in retrospect he's ever done, and eventually got involved in polling and started working for, you know, the Liberal Party in Winnipeg, and set up shop above a 7-Eleven, a little like kind of polling consultancy, and then eventually took on the big guns in Toronto and built this $50 million company, which he eventually sold to Ipsos. Now it's Ipsos Reid, and now he's set up a whole slew of other companies. But, you know, this guy was stocking shelves at Safeway doing his grade 13 or his grade 12 all over again.
It's all about taking chances sometimes.
Exactly. That's the thing we really learned with this, is so many of these people just had nerve. You know, like there's nothing special. It's not necessarily some kind of genetic gift that anybody gets. Sometimes you just have to go and push and ask for it.
Another great Canadian and someone who is internationally known is Raffi.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Beluga.
Baby Beluga and the banana phone.
Yeah.
Banana phone. And but not a lot of people know that Raffi, he always wanted to be the kind of Bob Dylan figure. He never, you know, he kind of fell ass backwards into the whole
And he even
thing.
tried that too. Even when he was successful, he sort of tried to fall back into that and environment, and he's back singing again.
Yeah, he's back. In fact, he's rapping now.
I don't
know if you know this.
Raffi is rapping?
Raffi is rapping. You should check this out online. Raffi is a hip-hop star.
Where is Raffi now?
Well, Raffi's in BC. Raffi's in BC. He's actually...
We got to get Raffi in here.
You should really
Can we get Raffi in here?
You should
I love Raffi.
He's amazing, and he'll rap for you. And he's got a really interesting kind of political cause that he's behind now called Child Honoring, where he's talking about kind of the effect of media on really, really young kids, and making sure that, you know, that kind of psychic space that kids have isn't too infringed upon by advertising. And so he does a lot of that. But, you know, at the beginning, he just wanted to be Bruce Cockburn, Bob Dylan, and, you know, even though he got into children's entertaining, he kept going back and producing those albums.
Oh, just to listen to him speak is very soothing.
He is very soothing.
He's a very soothing person. Okay, how about someone we're not as familiar with? You have Mark Roswell, China's best-loved foreign TV personality.
Yeah, he is probably the most famous Canadian in the world, and nobody in Canada knows who
Mark Roswell.
He is. This guy, he went to U of T here, went to China to do a year abroad. He was working at Beijing University. TV producer came into Beijing University, said, we need a foreigner. He spoke really good Mandarin. He only started in first year of university, so he's not like one of those people who, you know, was picking it up at a very early age, but he was there, he got really into it, immersed himself in the culture, and his teachers said, we got this guy. He went on TV, he's massive. I don't know if you can see, he's a really huge guy, so they were, you know, the Chinese didn't know what to make of him, and he spoke like Beijing dialect Mandarin better than most people in Beijing, and they were astounded. And so he's now the biggest star in this particular type of Chinese stand-up comedy.
Really?
Yes, Chinese stand-up comedy, which is all punning.
Yeah.
It's all kind of like improvised punning and wordplay. You can actually watch it on we have a blog. You can see some of the videos that are up there. It's remarkable to watch, completely opaque. It makes no sense, but it's hilarious.
And is that at kickstartcanada.com?
That is, yeah. You can connect to
So
the blog
kickstartcanada.com, and you want to find out a little bit more about how successful Canadians got started. Kickstart The book is on shelves right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck with it.
Cheers,
All right. Hope you don't have to change jobs.